What's up, guys? Welcome back to Mommy Confessions. I am your host, that chick Angel, also known as Angel Lakita Moore. And please introduce yourself, wonderful co-host.
I'm the wonderful co-host, Quinn Walters.
Yes, Quinn Walters. So funny, so fabulous, so talented. You all, we've been having technical difficulties, so this is going to feel like deja vu for us because we've had this conversation, but I'm still going to say it again. Quinn, the reason why I asked you to be my co-host. Okay?
Why, Angel?
It's because you are hilarious, and I feel like not enough people in the world. I think people who are close to you know you're funny, but I don't know if people in the world. Like if I were to go through your Instagram, I don't get the
Don't get the funny vibe.
No. I mean, because you're obviously you lead with your beauty, and that's smart. Okay.
I don't know how that sounds.
No, you do. You take gorgeous pictures. Obviously, you're not over there with a raw chicken, or like a chicken head. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing jumps. That's what I'm saying. Facts. So, like the thousands of people that follow you on Instagram, unless they know your work, don't know. And even a lot of your work be on the serious tip. You do a lot of dramas.
I do a lot of dramas.
So people don't realize how funny Quinn is, and I know how funny she is. My husband knows how funny like those people who are close. So I was just like, oh, this will be great because this part of Quinn is not out there in too many places. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess you kind of right about that.
Right, the sketch. She used to have a sketch show that she produced. And then me and her did a sketch show together.
Yep, we sure
so
did.
I knew her professionally as funny as well, but yet and still, if you didn't catch any of those things, that's not something you automatically would know.
That's true. I cannot even deny that. Yeah. That is true.
That's but go ahead.
In my day to day, with my family and friends, I'm goofy and silly and cracking jokes. And
that's a lot of people don't know that I can do dramas very well. I really get hired for dramas. Not because I can't, it's just because my funny side is something that's more appealing.
And just more prominent. I wouldn't even say appealing because you're a phenomenal thespian across the board. You can do she can do everything.
Thank you, Quinn.
Seriously.
But that's usually the funny side is what I am known for. So I was just like, you know what? To be pretty and to be funny is a dangerous weapon. And I'm like,
you are killing folks every day.
Let's let these people show you what you got. So Quinn, even though I already know your confession, please tell the people what your confession is. Because listen, like I said, technical difficulties. We's doing this more than once. Hit them with it, Quinn.
So my confession is, I curse around my daughter, and she's 5 years old, and I know this is not a good thing to do because last night I made dinner, made some greens and some cornbread, dressing, chicken, all this good stuff. Grabbed the hot sauce from a chicken, start pouring it on, and my daughter's like, damn, mommy, you must really like hot stuff. And I'm like, I sure do. Wait a minute. And then I'm like, did you just say damn? And she looked, and her eyes got big, and she got scared because she thought she was about to get a spanking or something. And I was just like, you said damn? And she was like, yeah, I'm sorry, mommy. I didn't mean to. And all I could do was just take the fall for that one because I know she learned it from me. She's not just out here just cursing because she just was born that way. She's heard me curse. And so now I feel horrible.
You feel bad?
I mean, because I'm like, I'm not setting the example.
No, you
listen. The kid that I want, I'm doing something that is having a reaction that I don't particularly want or like.
I'm saying, listen. You and I both partake in alcohol. Do we not?
Facts. And you bet not put your lips on the glass.
It's all about what is age appropriate and what is not. And so she just learned in that moment, oh, what I just said was not age appropriate.
And that's what I told her. I was like, you don't curse. Right. That word is for adults. You don't get to use that word. And she understood, and that was the end of that.
Well, I want to still tell the story that I told you before.
Please tell me the story.
No. You need to tell your story first. Tell your cussing story. What happened to you when you were a child?
Well, my cussing story happened like this. Okay, so I was 8 years old. I'm on the play lot at school, And, you know, the little boys were like terrors back then. Like, I used to get in fights every single day with these little boys. Like, they used to harass me. Like, it got bad. It got so bad I ended up having to transfer. But anyway.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah,
Let's talk about that in another episode.
No, that's going to be like a tearjerker. But real talk. And so, but anyway, this is not that. So, I'm on the swings, right? And they're messing with me. They're taunting me. And I'm like, F you boys. And you gonna kiss my A. And your mama a B. And I bet you won't do it. And jump like if you buck. Right. Nuck if you buck before nuck if you buck. That was me. And it's ratchet for no reason. And so one of the boys was like, hey, Quinn, your dad is here. Your dad is behind you. Mm-hmm. And you know, back in the day, people would be like, look over there. And you look trying to trick me. Look over there, you're trying to trick me. So I was like, I ain't looking behind me. And I just kept on swinging. F you, you little a-hole. And I jumped off that swing, and sure enough, my dad was right there. He heard me the entire time. So I'm running around the play line, and I keep running because I'm like, I can't go home with him. He gonna beat me down.
Right.
So finally, I get in the car with my dad, and he's just like, so that's what you do when you at school, huh? Oh. That's what you do when we ain't around. That's how you talk. That's how you conduct yourself. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. I don't want to do it again. But I did it a lot more again.
You're like, I kept it going. I kept it going.
Yeah, I learned from my parents, so... They couldn't be that mad. They taught me how to curse. And here I am repeating the cycle. I must break the pathology, Angel.
Girl, listen, it is what it is. Well, let me tell you, my sister, Melissa, we were in choirs. This is when she was in middle school, I was in elementary school, and we both were going to be performing. My mother happens to be there at the performance, and she wanted to take me into the bathroom to fix my hair. Mm-hmm. My sister was already in the bathroom. She was talking to a homegirl. And she was in there, and she was just like, F that B, I can't stand him, yada, yada, yada. I can hear my sister, and I'm like, I wish there was some, like, sister telepathy that I could have sent her to be like, girl, you better stop right now. And her friend can see my mom, and she's trying to give Melissa that. She's the one who got Melissa to stop, because Melissa would have kept cussing. She would have kept on. And, yes, then I saw my sister's spirit leave her body, okay? Go talk to Jesus in the throne room and say, God, save me, because my mother is going to kill me.
It's over.
It was, and I was just like, I was surprised, because my mother has never been one. She's from the country. She would be the type to whoop us in public. Like, if you embarrass her in public, she going to embarrass you in public. So I was like, my mom's about to whoop her with this brush that she has to do my hair. And so she didn't, but I was just like, I know what's going to happen. So during the concert, my sister's choir singing something about children make mistakes. You gotta love the children. And she's just like singing her heart out to her mother, like, please don't beat me. Lo and behold, we get home, mama had something in her. It was like a ruler, a stick, or something. She wore my sister out. She was just like, you ain't even cussing right. You don't call no man no B. See, mama didn't know. My sister was ahead of her time, because we quick now to call her. Call him a B real quick.
Call him a B-A-N. Sometimes.
Yeah, come on. All of it. But yeah, no, I never made that mistake, because that I could imagine how much vomit I would have I would have probably crapped all across myself, all of the things.
Girl, yeah, your mom would have beat the crap out of
come on, all of it would have been gone. So my confession, even though you know my confession.
What's your confession?
Is that I have wigs and weaves that are older than my children still in my possession.
I cannot believe that you do.
I do. They are nicely stored.
Okay,
the weaves, most of the weaves that I have are very expensive, like that you pay like by the ounce, by the bundle. This is not stuff that you get at a store out of a package.
By the ounce.
It came directly from India.
Darling.
Yes, and I paid a pretty penny. And I don't know why you would throw it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not going to do it.
And you don't have to, Angel.
Listen, because like people who get custom made wigs.
Yeah.
They don't throw those suckers away.
You keep those forever. You die.
Come on, they will be buried with me since I didn't have a daughter. I would have handed them down to her. She'd be like, I ain't taking your raggedy wig.
You have a casket full. Oh Lord, don't. No. But the imagery just all different.
We're going to take a 2-second break. I'm going to grab this little baby that just woke up. All right, now we are back with a special guest, Amar. He done found his way into every episode.
Honey, he's like, I'm the real star of this show.
He's like,
just in case you ain't
the
know.
reason why it's called Mommy Confessions is because you're a mom because of me.
Yeah.
But yes, we're going to jump into the topic of today.
Okay.
And it's actually going to be a two-part. And that don't really relate to each other, but I had promised that there was something that I was getting ready to bring up in the last episode that I wanted to bring up through this episode. And then I already scheduled for us to have a topic as well. But let's start off with the thing that I talked about last episode. What kind of brought it up? So I grew up in a household with all women, right? And you got to grow up with both. You had a dad in the household and a brother.
Yes.
So in my household, there was no like gender rules because there was only one gender. We as the females did everything. There's no, your brother takes out the trash, or your dad takes out the trash, or your daddy moves this, or your daddy picks up that. We did all of it. So I always say that my mom raised me to be a woman, not to be a lady. Like there is a very, like I'm trying to think. A lot of my friends growing up as well came from single parent households. So where the mother was the one that raised them. So while they might not have been as like, I don't want to call myself butch, but it might not have been as like strong-handed, strong like minded as me, but it's still the same thing of like who I'm about to call to do this. Like it's gonna be another chick that's gonna do it. So it wasn't until I became an adult where I was around more females and men that were raised in a two-parent household, and that is when I realized the big difference between being raised as like to grow up to be a woman and being raised to grow up to be a lady.
And what have you found to be the difference from your perspective? From my perspective,
first, I did not originally find growing up to be a lady to be valuable. Like, I was like, how's that valuable? Like, if you by yourself, though, so, like, what you gonna do? You gonna be stuck. Like, you gonna be stuck. That's how I felt. I was just like, you gonna have to call somebody and pay somebody to do this stuff because you can't do it. But then it literally wasn't until probably 2 years ago, maybe 2 years ago,
really,
that I was like, I see the value. Here's the thing, I am so, as my husband would say, hard-headed about certain things that I'm like, if you don't do it, I'll do it. Like, I didn't see the benefit until 2 years ago of being able to finesse situations as a lady. Like, for instance, there are certain things that I'm willing to do myself, but I know a dude will do if I present myself more as a lady. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Please, I want to hear your thoughts.
Girl, I got a lot of thoughts going on in this brain.
Go. I want you. This is a conversation.
Okay, this is so interesting that we're having this conversation because I had never thought about that, and I had never broken down women and ladies as two different subcultures. So this is juicy. I think the way that you grew up is extremely wonderful and advantageous because, like you said, you don't ever depend on anybody to get anything done for you, and that is why I believe you're so successful, is because you get so much stuff done and you don't wait on anybody, and you can do it all, and you do it all. And so that's something that I just admire about you. I always tell you that, but it shows itself in your work, in your shows, in everything, in your children, everything, your family, everything. So that's wonderful. Now, women versus ladies. So now I grew up with my dad and my mom, and my dad raised me to be both, I would say.
I
but
believe
not in the way that I think manifests itself as getting things done as an adult woman. Okay, and I'll break it down.
Please.
So, my dad raised me, you work hard, you pay your own way, nobody's going to give you any handouts, this world is a cold, cruel place, work multiple jobs if you have to, get it done, get your money, take care of yourself, be independent. He taught me that. He also taught me etiquette. Like, we would have like little mini etiquette classes at home, and he had this etiquette book, and he had all this stuff, and napkin and fork, and just how lady sits down and gets in and out of a car, and like, he was on that. And so I think that was great too. So I have both of these worlds now as I became a woman, right? See, he didn't teach me how to get stuff by being a woman, okay? He just taught me how to be a lady in the presentation, but not in performance. And I don't think, and my mom, she wasn't on that. No shade, anyway. So, it wasn't until college, and I learned this from my roommate at the time, that she knew all about getting stuff or getting things done through her femininity, through her ladyhood, I guess you could say, from men. So we were getting ready to go to the club, and I'm like, well, you know what, actually, I think I'm going to stay home because I don't have any money, so I don't think it'd be a smart idea for me to go to the club right now. And she was like, girl, what? We going to the club. You ain't gotta have no money to go to the club. I'm like, yes. How am I gonna buy drinks? Like, I only have enough to get in. Like, I don't have enough to buy drinks. That's not gonna be fun. She was like, girl, you cute. Men will buy you drinks. I'm like, what? This was foreign. She might as well have been speaking Mandarin. Okay? Never in a million, like, that's not how I was raised. Right? So it's something I think you do have to be taught. Someone has to open up your eyes to it. And then you also just have to be in that headspace and willing to, like, perform it. I still wasn't with it. I still wasn't down. And I went anyway, and I can't remember if I did end up getting a drink from a guy or if she bought me or whatever, but I didn't go in with that intention, and I still don't. When I go out, I don't expect anybody to do anything. But I have noticed that this is so crazy. I still don't use
your feminine ways.
But I see it in so many of my friends and so many people on TV even, and it works. Like getting out of tickets and like getting things like, if you, I don't know, donation, I don't know, just meals, purses, shoes, all hair, of the nails, rent pay, condo pay, all that stuff.
And I mean, but I wasn't even taught the etiquette part. I'm saying none of it, and even that can get you out of stuff. Just me not trying to manhandle somebody. That's where I go. I'm like, I'm just gonna manhandle you to give me my way. Like, listen, we will go toe to toe. Like, I remember something was up with my tire, and the place closed at 6. I pulled up at 5:57. Now the typical angel would have been like, "Don't y'all test me. I'm here before y'all close, and y'all can fix this goddamn tire." But I said, I'm gonna give this a whirl. And I was like, hi, this was literally just 2 years ago, so the only child I didn't have was Amar. I had the other 3. And I was like, hi, there's something wrong with my tire. Could you all please look at it? And they were like, sure, yeah. And I was just like, well, because no, first he was like, we're closed. That's what he said. And I was like, oh, but I said, instead of being like, no, you're not.
Y'all don't close until 6 o'clock. Y'all got 3 more minutes.
That's the woman in me. Go-to. Yeah, the woman in me is like, what you're not going to do is try to play a trick on me. This is what you're not going to. Instead of coming at them that way, I was like, oh, but my tire, it needs a little bloop, bloop, bloop. And
damsel in distress.
And I have always been repulsed by
damsel in
distress. Like, it is always repulsed. That's how, like, I am. I have aversions to it. You understand? So, but I was just like, all these chicks is out here living easy breezy lives. Let me see what it's like. We actually, this is on topic, but it's a little veering off. And I'm probably going to do an Instagram video about it. It irritates me when, like, my husband has female friends, and that's cool. Some of my female friends are his friends, and that's cool. I don't like for people to borrow my husband.
Oh.
But people do it all the time.
Can Marcus fix my car?
Yes.
Really?
All the time. I got something really heavy. Can Marcus come pick it up? You better get in the gym, get your muscle working so you can pick up your own stuff.
Are these true stories?
This is true stories. This weekend, my old next door neighbor called me, was like, first of all, she called and asked if she's like, does your husband have a power drill that I can borrow? And I said, first of all, I have a power drill that you can borrow. Like, this is me as a woman. Granted, yes, my husband has better tools than me because he understands how to work tools. But like, first and foremost, as a woman living by yourself, you should have a power tool. That's a basic tool. And then she was like, and can I borrow I have some stuff. And I muted. I said, hold on. I muted the phone. I said, this is the crap that I don't like. I said, however, I'm going to ask you if you would like to help her move some things. I don't like for people to borrow. You can hire my husband. Absolutely. If you want to put some money in his pocket. Right. But that damsel in distress thing.
Never, and see that, yeah. Okay, so right. I don't know that life. I don't know that life. Like, I take out my garbage. I'm changing light bulbs. I'm killing spiders. All the things that you would typically, assign to a man, I'm doing. And I would never think to call.
But here's the thing: if somebody is his actual friend and they have there's a mutual benefit in their relationship, as far as in like, oh yeah, we kick it, we have stuff, because that would be like, if I needed help from you, I could ask you for help because we're friends. Yeah. But if you are only friends to my husband by proxy, it boils.
I would think to do that.
Yeah.
Well, out of all my friends, I would never think to call.
People do it all the time. And I have to let my girlfriends know, listen, I'm letting you use him one time because he said yes. After that, you better go to Home Depot, hire one of those men that are waiting to work. Because my husband, just because he didn't went to the gym and got muscles, those muscles is for me. And half the time, I don't even ask him to do stuff. That's the other thing.
That's the part. You will carry, I got this bookshelf and I'm going to put it together. Queen, I'm putting together a bookshelf. I'm like, where is Marcus?
Right. So, like, if I'm not even trying to benefit fully from his strength, I'll be damned just because you want to be cute that you're going to borrow. So, yes.
That is so crazy. And it's a real thing.
This is still happening. Literally, this was on the 1st. Oh, my God. She called my phone. Granted, yes, but this is the thing, because and no shade to her, she doesn't know this about me, but it does irritate me. But if she had been a friend to my husband, she would have felt just fine calling him and being like, yo, if you and Angel aren't busy, do you mind if you help me with something real quick? Right. Because my husband is always typically willing to help, but it's gotten on his nerves too, because I have so many female friends out here that are either single or don't have any family to help them that call me for his help. And I'm like, first of all, one, if you need help, I can help you. Let's start.
First of all, if you need your tire change, I can change your tire.
Because I can. Okay? Because I can. So, like, it did. It made it like, so that probably also made me hate the whole lady thing. Because I was just like, what is this thing you're doing? And
you're using your ladyhood to advance yourself.
Yeah, or to take it take advantage of. Like, because it's just like, you're an able body, you are not handicapped.
That's crazy. I know one of my friends told me that one time he helped a neighbor carry groceries because like the elevator was closing and she had like a bunch of stuff. She's like, oh, he's being a gentleman, like, I'll help you. And then old girl ended up calling his roommate and was like, yo, do you think your boy that helped me with the groceries last time could help me again? I'm downstairs in the garage. She was
like, come on, butler.
Like, What?
Come on,
Unlike people do this. Women do this.
Yes, well, because they're
crazy.
But you know, some women are. But this is again, I have a little bit of a warped mentality. Me and Denora were actually talking about this recently because I said this is, and I know it's my own issues. I sometimes get offended when I'm carrying my son's car seat when people, if a guy's like, "Oh, I'll get him for you. I'll get that," and I'll be like, "Did I look like I was struggling?" That's
you are such a strong woman.
I don't.
I would be like, thank you so much.
I go, no, thank you, I'm good.
Shira over here.
I remember, I have an issue when I was pregnant with this one. We had a conference and we had to sing, and the woman who kind of is the administrator of the choir was like, "Listen, Angel," they tried to put it on insurance. Due to insurance reasons, can you please wait at the steps for someone to hold your hand so you can walk down?
Yeah.
She's like, "I know you're an independent woman. Can you just..."
I said, get a whole lecture.
I said, if they are there when I get here, absolutely. But I'm not going to wait on no man. Listen, I can get down these steps.
But I love that. I love that about you. And I'm the same way in many ways. However, if a man is going to be a gentleman to me and be chivalrous to me,
you eat that up.
Yeah.
And my husband used to get so frustrated with me. He's like, "With your fast country ass, that's why I don't do nothing for you now. I don't do nothing for you now." Because I have sometimes, one, it's not my love language, and that's fine. But I sometimes my head gets warped around the intention behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a whole other.
It's a whole other thing.
Topic.
It's like, I don't want the assumption that because I am a woman that these are the things that I need
or require.
Right. Like, if it's just something like, this is one thing my husband does. He don't care what I do or say, and I do appreciate it because this is a part of him. When we walk on the sidewalk, he walks on the outside. I mean, without fail. It doesn't matter where I start off at. He is going to get on the other side of me and push me towards the inside.
As he should. I like that.
And like, I know that's just a part of who he is. And I'm like, okay, it's not that he thinks that I'm just going to fall out in the street and get hit by a car. But for him, he's like, as we are in this world as partners, if somebody's going to get hit by a car, it's going to be me first. And then, you take care of it from there. So I don't think that's a thing of strength. That's just his own personality. Mm-hmm. But it's hard for me to just see pure.
And then, do you feel if these guys do something for you, you owe them something, like,
no.
or that they're thinking that I'm gonna do this for her so that she can do something? Is that a part of the intention too?
Absolutely not. I don't think they. I don't. I mean, there might be some that do that, but that's not in my head. It's just, as I told my husband. And we got interviewed for a docu-series. I was saying in that I just don't like to be thought of as weaker than. Yeah, I don't. And it took me trusting that him doing for me was not out of his thought of you are weak. Or even the thought of you are weaker than me. Obviously, physically, I am weaker than him. Right. That I'm not stupid. But it took time to trust that just because he does for me, he does not that he thinks, oh, Angel's incapable. Exactly. Right. And that's something that just took time because he would be like, oh, you ain't going, I was going to get the luggage. And that's another thing. I'm not about to, again. When I was pregnant, I was like, if those men are here to help me down the steps, I'll let them. I am not going to wait for them as if they are a necessity in me getting down the steps just to make everyone else feel more comfortable about me.
For sure.
Because some of these old men that are in the choir would probably benefit from me holding their hand.
Okay. And
we're not asking for anyone to hold their hand with their bad knees.
Yeah.
Huh? That just took time. And I'm not, and I'm like, yes,
a long time.
And when I want something done, and if I know I can do it, and if I have to wait for you to do it, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm on both sides of that coin because I'm the same. If I need something done, I can definitely get it done by myself. I will not, nor do I have to wait on anybody. But at the same time, growing up with my dad, and my dad is a chivalrous person. I saw him open doors and pull out chairs and all of the things, walk on the edge of the street, all of the gentleman-like things, and so I look for that.
Yeah, but luckily you know how to respond to it.
Yeah, and I never look at it as you think I can't. I just think it's just a nice courtesy, a nice courtesy, respectful act, nothing more. The only time I get creeped out is like if the person is creepy. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's salivating at the mouth. Get the dope, you know what I'm saying? It's like, ew. I'll go around the back. Other than that, I just think it's a nice thing to think about. I do it for women though too. I will hold the door for a woman. I will, be courteous and let someone pass. Like would
you hold the door for a man?
I always hold the door for men. I hold the door for people, so I don't let a door close in front of anybody. Yep. So that's just how I was kind of brought up. Just just always think about others and think about what they could use, helping old people down steps, whatever. So a woman with a baby on a train, move out the way, whatever. So just handicap, whatever it is. Just always be thinking about the next man, and I never think that they can't. Or if it's done to me, they think that I can't. Right. I think it's. Man, I think we need more of it.
See, that's what people are mean. That's what the North. She was like, "Oh no!" She was like, "I don't think men do it enough. They need to be holding open the door." Yes, you. If you see me carrying something heavy, you take it from me.
Oh my God! When I'm on an airplane and a man asks me to lift my thing up, I'm like, "Thank you. I can do it, but damn, like." It would be nice if somebody bigger and taller would do it.
See, this is...
And when they do it, I'm like, thank you. Because they see me with my baby. And it's
it's cumbersome. Yes. Yeah. But in my head, I'm thinking...
You think I can do this?
No. If this was a man doing it, you would not offer it to him.
Because they got the same kind of muscles and testosterone in their bodies.
See, that's the part.
And that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. It's like, and that makes us not equal. And you think I'm less than you and you're stronger than me.
That's the rabbit hole that I go down. And I'm just like...
I get it. And that's what a lot of women are doing too. I've been seeing the articles and people in discussions on people's messages, and men, they don't have to walk on the other side, and we're equal, and if we're equal across the board, and it's like, we are not equal. I'm sorry. We can be equal spiritually, we can be equal mentally, we can be equal emotionally, but I do not think men and women are equal physically. I think...
No, we definitely are not.
Yeah.
Definitely not. But I would probably be more smitten if a man said, "You want me to keep an eye on your kids while you put your stuff up in the thing." I would be like,
"You gonna watch the kids?"
I would be like,
"So you gonna watch the kids while I get the 85-pound luggage?" Oh, okay. You a real man. Oh, you a real man.
See?
That's me.
That's your ex.
I'm mad.
Oh, I would not. I'd be like, it's like
you won't trust a stranger with your kids. No, I trust you with my luggage, not my kids.
I'm not saying they got me going far away, but
but if you're on the plane,
yes, I'm on the plane. Type of thing. Yeah. You want me to? I can make sure he doesn't fall. While you
get the luggage, Chief. Use all 250 pounds of your body.
I'd be like, okay, so what? Because this is why I would respect that. Okay. I see you acknowledge it, because I don't bite off people's head if they offer the help. I would just say no, thank you. That's typically me. But I'd be like, okay, you are seeing that I need help, but you're not assuming that you can do this other thing. Because I remember, I think I pissed my father-in-law off so bad, and it felt so good. It was, it did, and I love my father-in-law. I picked them up from the airport, and I was putting luggage in my trunk, their luggage. He was like, I got it. And I was like, all right. So I stood there, and he's like, I'm going to just have to hold it in the front because it's not going to fit. And I was like, nah. And I took it from him, and I got it in there and closed my trunk. And he was just like, huh.
Okay.
And I was just like, see, your assumption is I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I did it better than you.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
And it boils my blood. It does.
Okay.
It boils. It does. I'm just like, there's an assumption that comes about, and I understand how some women enjoy that. I personally don't.
But if your way is more practical, which your way was in that particular situation, your way was, it was like, no, we have to reposition the luggage in order to get it in there. You're not doing it right.
But he didn't want me to. He wanted to do the luggage because he felt like I can do the luggage. Why are you picking up all this luggage and doing this?
Okay.
And I'm just like, I let him fight and fuss with that luggage for a little bit, and then he's like, I'm gonna put it up front, and I was like, give me that. Put that sucker in there.
Oh, that's cute.
It's cute, and so it takes a lot. Like, you got to meet my brother-in-law.
Yeah,
finally.
Yeah.
You see, obviously, Pete is stronger than most people.
Can we talk about Pete's body real quick?
Pete stay in the gym.
Pete's body, like I went to hug him.
It almost hurts. It hurts because he's so.
Have you ever hugged a bookshelf? just try it. Just go to the wall and grab it. Your body against a hard surface.
Yeah.
It kind of hurts.
So put it like this: if it's a dude that looks like that, then I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, if there's
wait, now you judging?
No,
you look at, like, you too weak to pick up this luggage.
It's not even
with the muscles there.
It's not that. I can understand why they then feel like their best asset is helping me in that way.
Okay.
Because they can obviously, he looks like a dang near a bodybuilder. So his asset is not just being a man. His asset is I literally basically
physically do this better than you.
Yes, because I almost for a living am in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get it.
Where some people think just because they have a penis, they're stronger. Do you get what I'm saying?
I totally get it. Because the dude that is 95 pounds with a penis is not stronger than me.
Come on.
I will him away.
Exactly.
I get it. But those aren't the guys that are offering the help.
All of them are. Yes, they are. All of them. The old men.
Well, I let the little ones
arthritis. All the men.
You get all the men.
I get all the men.
Oh, you get all. See, I don't.
Because I have 50 million children.
They not. You're not offering me that much help.
Because they're like, listen, she's out of our league. Even if we help her.
No. They're just like, she got it. And I'd be like, I just wish someone would. This man at Target, was so sweet. I was putting in the toys for Christmas, and I had, I had let her get in the car. She strapped herself in, but I needed to. Somehow, some way, I still had stuff in my I think I had stuff in my arms, and I needed to pop the trunk. It was something awkward, and he was like, "You want me to? I'll grab that, and then you can." And I was like, "Thank you," because he was just walking to his car, but he saw me kind of struggling with the box and he just, "Thank you, thank you." Nothing much, and I didn't think he thought, and I didn't feel, and it wasn't creepy and nothing. It was just a kind. Humanitarian.
That seems when you know when you feel that you're struggling in someone, and you know that you're showing that you're struggling, and someone tries to take that burden from you. That's a little different to me.
Okay,
but
then the assumption.
Yes. Okay. Then the assumption that I need you to take from me.
But how do you decipher that? That's what I want to like. How are you able to like?
Because I know when I'm not struggling. I know when I don't look like I'm struggling, and I know when I am. Carrying the car seat, I'm not like, ugh.
Okay, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about Angel Nikita more intensely. Okay, listen, y'all. So this woman, like y'all see her literally here right now. She is doing a podcast. Okay, she has microphones set up. She's got batteries going, monitors going, multiple screens, system, sound, everything, camera, lights. Like she's doing all this, one arm, baby, nursing, half nursing, earring out, hair pulled back, baby blanket. Like
you are such a mess.
Like from the regular person's perspective, this all looks like a struggle. However, she is such a master at her craft and at everything that she does that it's like this is nothing to her. Like when I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, you want me to take Amar? You want me to grab the mic? She's like, nope, I got it. Nope, I got it. Most of the time with one hand, sometimes with a mouth. I got it. I'm like, Angel, I can help. She's like, nope, I got it. So you are an exception to the rule, my dear, because you
foolishness.
look like this is a lot, but for you, it's not. But for the average Joe Blow like me, I'm like, yeah, dang, how is she doing all this stuff? It's crazy. But you got it all under control, and that's your gift, and that's your,
But it's also, it becomes a burden because then I'm over here judging men that are just not even thinking. But I'm like, so you just think I can't do it, huh? You think I'm over here damsel in distress? I made 4 kids. You understand? From my womb. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
I am a superwoman. Did you push out 4 kids?
You didn't.
Then did you?
Okay.
Did you breastfeed 2 at the same time? I did. You try it.
So, but now I realize it took 2 years for me to realize there is something in being a lady. Mm-hmm. There's a benefit in being a lady. Mm-hmm. And
just being gentle, just being approachable.
Yeah.
And just a little flexible to different scenarios.
Mm-hmm. My husband would love it if I was more he would love it. He always talks about me. He's like, you old country rat. You can't do nothing nice for you.
He just play. He love you just the way you are. That's why y'all been together all these years.
But he would definitely like now I let him, because it's so funny. I did bring up, I was like, you never opened the door for me, just because I know obviously for a while I've known his personality. He said, because our first date, your country ass jumped into the car before I could even get out to open the door. I said I was excited. I was excited.
But would you have waited for him to open the door? Because you don't wait for
no, especially no, I wouldn't have. I would not have, and he would have needed to have made like. One day I asked him why he doesn't open the door because it was different. He pulled up to the house. I had already came outside, and I was like, jump in the car. It wasn't like he had to come knock on the door, and then walk out. So it was a thing of,
you're here, I'm in.
So it wasn't like I thought to myself, well, why didn't he open the door? And he called himself. But then eventually I was like, you call yourself a gentleman. But I was like, you never opened the door for me. And he's like, because. And he goes back to that first date, our first date, and I was like, well, I was excited. Like, that had nothing to do with it. I was just trying to figure out, like, you say all these things, but I don't see it. Like, what are you talking about? So now, like, when we go out, especially if, like, we're in his old school car, he'll open the door and close it for me. And it's not so much that I needed or wanted, but if he's saying this is a part of how he likes to show care, that I'm going to allow it, and also now he has to do it because I'm like, you say this is what you do, you're gonna have to do it. But he wishes, if I would just, he loves it when I wear, like you wear heels a lot. He loves it when I wear heels. I don't wear heels that often. Not anymore. I used to. I didn't put on some weight, so it's a little bit more difficult. But these are not the things that were presented to me as like, these are the things that
a lady does for her man or two. Okay.
Yes.
But you do other things.
I do. I mean, I make up for it. Like, listen, he wouldn't trade this attribute for some of the other things. He would be like, just keep it the way it is. It's working just fine. But yeah, I realized that I was like, so these hoes is out here living an easy life. Because I always thought, I think it just became a realization that like, there's no prize. I win nothing. In like me being able to be like, yeah, I did it, I can do it.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost 40. There is no prize. There's no prize at the end of this rainbow where it's just like, Angel, because you did it on your back and on your shoulders and you didn't ask nobody for nothing, you win a prize. No, we all gonna be at the end of the rainbow in the same spot, and one chick will be like, my hands never got calloused because I refused. I said I will not, and that young man will pick that up.
But you have the self-satisfaction.
Well, I have the knowing that, unless I am just physically inept because of illness or injury, that I am never a damsel in distress. However, I am now more tired than all the rest of these women. But that's why I do know. But you know what? That's why God gave me 4 boys, because I realized that there will come a time in life where I won't have to pick up nothing that I don't want to pick up.
Okay.
Because I will never have to pick up a grocery bag.
Marcus got started. Mark, pick it all
Come on. I will not take out. Well, I haven't. I stopped taking out. I take out trash to help my husband sometimes, but rarely does that happen. I make my 10-year-old do it. So, in my later years, I will get the benefit of what ladies get the benefit of from my children. Mm-hmm. That is how they will learn. I will not be doing a thing. Ain't that right, Amar?
Is that right? Mommy's not doing it. She's not doing it.
So how are you raising Aria? And then we'll wrap this up.
That's so funny you asked me. I was going to ask you, like, how are you raising the boys? Are you raising the boys to be those chivalrous gentlemen? Or are you raising the boys to just, not offend women by offering their help? I was going to ask you that because you got the boys.
I don't think I get to choose that. I think it's their dad. They get that from their
dad.
Okay. Yeah, there's really nothing I think what will happen though is that they potentially will not be attracted to a woman that needs everything done for them.
Right, they saw their mother carry a whole planet on her back.
Right, I think that there's a possibility that if it's a chick that's just like, oh no, I don't do that, they'll be like, oh, well, you just lazy.
Well, you don't do us, because we don't do you.
But I do think because they're being raised by their father, that there is a certain amount of, no, you don't. You do that, like,
right?
Because that's what my husband saw his dad do for his mom. There's certain things his mama just did not have to do. Yeah. And so that's the way he feels about it. He's like, there's certain things that you shouldn't have to do, Angel. And I'm like, it's not about I have to, it's that I can and I will, and if I want to, I'm going to.
See?
But yeah, I think they will more than likely take after the way their dad does things, but not be lured in by a woman who's like, oh, I can't do it. And then they'll be like, well, I'll teach you how to do it.
This is how you pick up a napkin off the floor.
Right. But yeah, tell me how you gonna raise Aria.
I feel like I'm gonna implement those same kind of key tools that my dad and my mom gave to me. Just think of others and just be helpful and give that respect to get it. And I'm definitely gonna let her know that if a guy is not being a gentleman to you, if he's not opening the door for you, he ain't the one.
She said if he don't know how to do it,
if he can't walk on the edge of the street, I'm sorry, that's just basic stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the man is supposed to be on top of the woman and above you and controlling all the money and controlling all the decisions. That's not what we're talking about.
Oh, we don't want that.
These are like acts of service. We're literally talking about. Have you ever read the book?
Five love languages. That's not my love language. That's the reason why.
Okay, see, acts of service is one of mine, and so like, honey, you wash the dishes. It's going there.
You getting?
I don't know what it is. Like if child.
Yeah, I love to.
Back in the day, I'm like, you wash the dish. Like that for me it's so considerate.
No, I do understand that.
You get that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That is foreplay for us as well, but it's not my love language. It is foreplay. Okay. It's just, you're taking something. Because now my load. Yes, in this household, yes, that is. I'm like, now we have extra time because I no longer have to do that. That's how that pulls into play. But yeah,
yeah. So I'm definitely gonna teach her like the any guy that claims he's interested in you or a person that claims they're interested. I don't know. Just let me not do that. I don't want to, Then people obviously become, how do you know him? Your daughter go, you don't know. Yeah, down there. Listen, whoever they bring, just respectful. You gotta be respectful. If it's a guy, guys have to present themselves a certain way. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. Okay? You better introduce yourself to me. You better stick out your hand, call me ma'am, miss. Like, it's like,
that's a requirement.
Oh, what? Flowers.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
You better do it up for my baby.
Really? Listen, look at you. This is the most serious I have seen Quinn. She's like, where is the gentleman-like behavior? And I am so not that chick. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Well, our kids won't be dating.
Yeah, You're like, that is not Sai
if
wearing
you ain't
the
teaching
flowers.
them to be a gentleman, then.
I'm sorry. I mean, like, they're gonna be good people. They're gonna be
cousins, though. They like cousins, because we're like sisters, though.
They're gonna be good people. They're gonna be so
then,
respectful. She will never feel like she's ever been assaulted by them or disrespected.
Amen.
But if she thinks she about to be treated like a little delicate flower just because she has a flower between her legs,
you should be, yes. Not as like to be a delicate flower, but like, yes. What we're talking about with that respect. Open the door, help with the luggage. Just the basic things. We're not talking about, you know.
See, for me, basic things are ask me my opinion. Basic things are take my word for what it is. Don't question me. Just, that's basic for me.
And for me too. And I just think what the literal things we're discussing fall in all of these different categories.
Yeah,
levels of respect and levels of care and courtesies.
Yeah. Different levels, yes. Mine just cut off before the door and all that stuff. It does. Because that's something you could train somebody to do. Like, in my head, what I can't train you to do is to honestly be respectful. You know what I'm saying?
And to respect my opinion.
Yes.
And to respect my mind.
Yes.
And my spirit. Yes. You're right.
Yeah.
Agree.
We agree. Okay, I got to know what y'all think about this because this is good, right? And I didn't even jump into the other topic, but I think this one is a good one, right?
This is a good one. Yeah, we want to hear from y'all.
What are your thoughts between being raised in the way that we're talking about, being raised as a woman versus being raised as a lady? Were you raised as both? Were you raised as only one? Do you feel like one is more important than the other, or they both equally have like a value to raising your child, your daughter, your son, how you were raised? Leave it in the comments of wherever you are watching or listening to this. As always, this is a podcast, a Facebook watch show, a YouTube show that you can get every single Thursday. Be sure to follow my homegirl, Quinn Walters, at
Quinn Walters with one N.
There you go, with an S on that, Walters. Okay? And you can follow me, That Chick Angel, at That Chick Angel across every platform. And this is Mommy Confession. I was about to say the wrong podcast. This is Mommy Confession.
Got so many going on. She's so busy.
Jesus is at That Chick Angel Mommy Confessions on Facebook, and then it's on That Chick Angel TV on YouTube. Okay, you need me to introduce you again?
Ready.
Oh,
you ready? So we done. We're done.
All right, guys.
Love y'all.
We'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, that was
right on cue.
It took us.
Done.
Look, he's like, I just wanted attention. Jesus, it's dark outside, girl. Okay. Do you want